This Thon Yen guy is the village's legendary handsome dude with the biggest muscles. Wherever he goes, the locals treat him like some kind of young boss. Even the monsters in the dungeon are captivated by his looks. But then, after tragically dying from a disease, Louis came back as a dry skeleton. Even ugly goblins spat at him when they saw him. In his past life, thanks to a huge fan base, he just had to snap his fingers, and a few guys would jump out to handle things. Now, he's the one getting chased down like prey. Karma's a savage. The more he thought about it, the more pissed off he got. He decided to stop running and fight back. Those filthy goblins? Bring it on, he's ready to wreck them all. But life's no fairy tale. He got smacked so hard by his own fans that his fragile ID shattered, and then the goblins swarmed him, ganging up to trap him. Later, a group of adventurers showed up just in time and wiped out the goblins. Thinking Louis was killed by them, they even prayed for his soul to rest in peace. Then, out of nowhere, the skeleton-headed dude suddenly jolted up, thanking them for saving his life. The fans freaked out and scattered in all directions, running for their lives. So much for gratitude, huh? Like he's really that thankful. After that, Louis just followed his memory back to his home. But now, all that was left was a pile of ruins. Luckily, his best friend Violette's house was still intact. Seeing the door unlocked, Louis cautiously stepped inside. Inside was just a mess, like it had been abandoned for ages. As Louis wondered where Violette had gone, suddenly a pair of glowing red eyes appeared behind him. Feeling the hostile aura, he quickly dodged to the side. But one of his arms still got sliced by the girl's swinging blade. The drunken girl was none other than his best friend, Violette. Louis wanted to explain, but she didn't give him a chance to speak, and ended up slapping him like a rag doll. Moving insanely fast, Violet appeared behind him, pressing the blade to Louis's neck and demanding, "Skeleton, who the hell are you? Why do you act like you don't know me?" Only then did Louis get a chance to speak, quickly insisting that he was Louis, her best friend. He had no idea why he turned into a skeleton after coming back to life. Violette said nothing and slammed him to the floor, glaring fiercely with a terrifying aura. She wanted to punish the monster pretending to be her best friend, the imposter who dared to take his place. Louis was genuinely scared, panicking as he shouted, "Wait, Violette, it's me, really, Louis." But her blade kept stabbing down coldly and relentlessly. Only when Louis mentioned the word flower did Violette's eyes flicker with change. The blade was just a hair away from his head. He barely escaped death by a hair's breadth, almost got one shot again. Violette recalled their happy times, how she always called Louis Flower, and sometimes watered him like one. It was all so real. Back then, Louis had asked, "Why do you always call me Flower?" Violette smiled softly and replied, "Because you're as beautiful as a flower. That's the nickname I gave you." Louis was speechless at his friend's weird comparison, who calls a handsome guy a flower. Back in the present, a few tears fell on Louis's head, and Violette's blade dropped to the floor. Louis looked up, concerned. "Violette, what's wrong?" Her face was soaked with tears as she shyly asked through sobs, "Is it really you, Louis?" Tears kept streaming down. Then Violette suddenly collapsed into his chest, whispering, "Louis, I missed you so much." After calming down, she slowly explained that a lot had happened during the year he was gone. Louis's face showed a hint of sadness, so he'd been dead for a whole year. Sitting back to back in the house, Louis suddenly asked, "But hey, Violette, why do you talk like that?" She just replied, "I still can't get used to it." Louis quietly shed tears. She really was pitiful. Then Violette dropped a bombshell. The demon clan had appeared. Louis quickly asked, "What? Is that for real?" Violette avoided his gaze and said, "Yes, the demon clan. War broke out because of them. Some kingdoms couldn't survive here, the place holding memories with you. And that's why the goblins nearby have been so quiet." The atmosphere between them suddenly fell into silence. Then Louis finally spoke up with a worried tone. "Can I still get my old form back?" Luckily, Violette's answer didn't disappoint him. Her eyes shone with confidence as she looked straight at him and said, "Don't worry, I know how to turn you back to your original form." Under the warm sunlight, the two stood on the cliff admiring the view. Louis asked Violette, "I'll do anything to get my old form back, but you might be in danger." Yet she still wanted to come with me? Violette rubbed her hands together but firmly replied, "Bringing water to the flowers is my responsibility." Hearing that, his eyes lit up with confidence and determination. "Perfect. Then let's set off to find that handsome look again." Legend says there's a regenerative pill that can restore flesh and blood. Its ingredients include the red nectar of the fire vine, the blue gecko's scales, blood of the green deer, and the final ingredient, the Leviathan sea monster. Louis stood before the beast, spear in hand, challenging. "Come at me, you deep-sea freak." The sea monster was both furious and speechless. How dare a tiny human act so cocky? Watching Louis stand there like a madman, the monster got bored and ignored him, muttering, What's wrong with this lunatic? He looks like he's about to shatter any second. The young master's face grew even more provocative. What? Scared now? Insulted by a creature he looked down on, the sea monster was pissed and decided to punish this arrogant human. But little did it know, it had fallen into Louis's trap. Louis shouted, "Violette!" then quickly dodged out of the monster's attack range. Violette caught the signal, already standing ready with 2 sharp spears in hand. She immediately leapt down from above, aiming for the sea monster's head. By the time it realized it was tricked, it was too late. A scream echoed as the sea monster officially kicked the bucket. Later, inside the cave with their loot, they decided to brew the pill to turn Louis back into a human. Quickly, a red vial was produced, the regenerative pill, a miraculous elixir blessed by angels that heals all wounds. They couldn't help but marvel. It only works in places like this? How romantic. Yeah, I heard it has to be done where cherry blossoms bloom. Then let's give it a shot. Violette hurriedly stopped him. Louis, wait. Louis was puzzled. What are you doing, Violette? She pulled out a vial and explained while applying the potion to the wounds on her hand. In case the pill doesn't work, I'll spray it on myself first to test its potency. With that, Violette slowly opened the vial and poured the potion onto her wounds. Then, a beautiful angelic apparition appeared in the air. The test was a success. The wounds quickly closed as if they'd never bled. The potency was way stronger than Louis had imagined. Next, Violette handed the vial to him. Your turn now. Holding the vial, he felt an indescribable surge of emotion. He said to Violette, "Without you, I'm nothing. Thank you, Violette." In her eyes, Louis seemed to have regained the look of the young man she once knew, making her furrow her brows. Then he gently opened the vial, thinking about everything he'd been through since rebirth, being looked down on by goblins, misunderstood as a monster by outsiders, but those days were about to end. Without hesitation, he squeezed the vial, letting the liquid flow over his body. Yet the cave remained eerily silent, with only the sound of something decomposing beneath the ground. Louis couldn't return to his old self. He was still just a mist, but now one of his arms seemed corroded by the potion. What happened? His desperate shout echoed through the cave. Violette could only watch from afar with a sad gaze. Seeing him torment himself, she rushed over to stop him. Calm down, Louis. But he ignored her completely, sweat pouring down his forehead. Do I look calm? Why can't I be whole again? Am I doomed to live like this forever? Why can't I regenerate? Louis screamed in rage and despair. What did I do wrong? After venting, he collapsed to his knees. Violette, can't I ever go back to how I was? If not, then life has no meaning. His eyes had lost all light. Maybe I should just die. Violette hurriedly comforted him. Louis, there has to be another way. But just then, the ground suddenly shook violently. Sensing danger, Violette immediately told Louis to run far away. A red creature suddenly appeared before the two, with fiery red hair, a horn on its head, blood-red eyes, and sharp teeth. Its aura was unmistakable. That was the Demon King. Violette told Louis, I'll try to buy us some time, you need to run. But he ignored the warning and moved forward. Demon King? Must be really strong, huh? Then I have a favor to ask. Calmly, he said, kill me. The Demon King's cold, disdainful gaze replied, dead and still begging to die again? You're an interesting one. Louis was seen right through by her eyes. Neither dead nor alive, truly a strange being. She licked her lips coldly. Fine, I'll grant your wish. Louis no longer cared, standing still to accept his fate. Yeah, just do it. If I can't go back to how I was, I'd rather be dead. But at the crucial moment, Violette stepped in to protect him. Louis, I'm sorry, he barely managed. What? Before she shoved him back hard. Gently, she said. Please keep living, Louis, and never forget I always want to protect you. Without hesitation, she drew her knife and charged at the Demon King. Moving fast, she wounded the Demon King, but her body's regeneration was insane. Just a scratch appeared from the strike. The Demon King stared at the blood on her hand, lost in thought. She hadn't bled like this in ages. Suddenly, she laughed excitedly. All right then, I'll face the human faction. Activating her demon eye one of her eyes turned black and white. Her speed suddenly spiked, making Violette worry. Too fast, gotta defend first. Still, the Demon King knocked her down with a powerful palm strike, even breaking her knife with her sharp claws. Louis's demon eye could see through everything. Shields were useless. They clashed again, exchanging blows. Surprisingly, both were covered in blood after separating. The Demon King licked her lips, a sinister smile forming. Interesting, indeed. That was definitely a surprise attack. Yet I not only dodged but countered with just one eye. The Demon King offered, I like you, human. Become my subordinate. Why would a strong human risk it all for some ordinary mist? Violette shot back. Because I promised to water the flowers every day. Right. But your kind obsessed with life and death wouldn't understand losing loved ones. Furious, the Demon King snapped. I remembered what I wanted to forget die. Knowing she couldn't win, Violette gave up and accepted her fate. But Louis shouted, "No," and quickly appeared, blocking her path. "Louis, why are you back?" "Don't know, I've got nothing left to lose." The Demon King suddenly squinted at a bright light ahead. "What's that?" The light was. "Huh?" she gasped. "Why does Lucifer's demon eye reflect a human image? Could it be because you care about me? You know flowers wilt without water." At the Demon King's castle, a scream echoed through the great hall. "No way, that can't be." Inside, a group of Demon Tribe members argued. Demon Tribe being peaceful? Impossible. Calm down, 4 heavenly kings. Suddenly, a duck in a suit appeared. "What's all the noise?" "Oh, Elder, as a Demon Tribe member, I really don't get why the Demon King isn't attacking humans. We're monitoring everything through this crystal, so what's the problem?" The Elder sighed. "That's exactly the problem. The Demon King's heart was stolen by a human. How can the Demon Tribe side with humans?" The Elder looked up at the wall. "Look around. It's all tied to that guy named Louis. Did he use some magic?" "Fool, it's not magic. Back home, people called the Demon King's actions master hunting. Right now, the Demon King looks like a mad dog chasing someone. Come back, I miss you so much." 10 Demon Kings have existed over decades. Among them, the one called the strongest Demon King ever is Hot Long Afros. The Demon Kings whispered that as long as Hot Long Afros exists, humanity's extinction is just a matter of time. But now, Hot Long was hugging Louis, tears streaming. "I really wanted to see you." Meanwhile, the young guy was seriously confused. "Where am I? Who are these people?" After a moment, Hot Long understood everything and wiped away tears, touched. "So that's what happened to you. You must have been through so much pain. Somehow, I became useless against someone fearless like this, looking like a dry, lame skeleton. You're probably trying to get your body back, right?" Hat Long cheerfully declared. "Don't worry. I'll go with you and help you reclaim your appearance." Violet quickly warned. "Louis, don't trust her, she's the Demon Lord." But he raised his hand to stop her and asked Hot Long, "You said you'd come with me to find my appearance?" Hot Long's voice suddenly turned serious. "Louis, there are thousands of dangers lurking in the human world." Then she looked straight at Violette and said, "Only she can't protect you." Furious, Violette snapped, "What?" and immediately raised her hand, declaring, "I'm your protector." Louis risked his life to protect me. Even he had to nod after hearing that. Hat Long's anger made the veins pop on her face. "That's just meaningless talk. Then why did you just stand by and let Louis die like that?" Violette stammered, unsure how to respond. That's... Hat Long turned to Louis. "I know it's hard for you to trust me. So how about this?" Her cheeks suddenly flushed red, and she shyly said, "Sign the contract and become my master." Louis was super confused. "Sign a contract? Master?" Meanwhile, Violette was so mad her face turned black but stayed silent. Under the clear blue sky, a gentle breeze blew cool. A rabbit happily hopped around with a carrot in its mouth, when suddenly an explosion blew both the rabbit and carrot away. "Seriously, it's like cows fighting each other always getting hit," Hot Long happily said. "The contract's done. I, Louis, will do my best to help you." Despite Violette's furious glare from behind, Louis forgot to ask, "What's your name?" "I am Hat Long Afros, Master Louis." "Hat Long, huh? I forgot. Let's change it to something easier. How about you rename yourself for me?" He typed while thinking, "You're a demon but a kind Hat Long helping me. So how about Good Dragon, Theorn Long?" The name he picked left him speechless. Good Dragon? Long is the family name passed down through generations. Her face darkened. How can a demon be kind? How can a demon's name be Good Dragon? But she quickly accepted it. Sounds pretty cute. Definitely loves this guy like no other. She couldn't help but jump excitedly. Louis really is the most thoughtful. He leaned on his hand, smug. "I'm not that generous." Violet watched these two, one happy, the other hyped, and didn't know what to say. Under the scorching barren sky, Louis and the others dragged their tired steps. Violet pointed ahead and said, "Louis, hang in there, we're almost at the quiet place. It's so damn hot." Even though Louis was already wilted, he still felt his face burning red. "Louis, you okay?" she asked, clueless. "Of course I'm not okay." But Violette wasn't asking him no. I mean her. Demons kill humans for fun. She probably has some scheme going on. I was super worried about Louis going with a demon, but he quickly pushed her away. "Violette, listen carefully. I just want to get my appearance back. I don't care if it's humans or demons helping me. Since becoming a skeleton, every day feels like hell. I know you care, but don't worry so much. If I'm in danger, you'll save me anyway, right? So stop worrying and let's go already. You're getting sunburned. Violet thought. How could he trust someone like that? But wait, isn't that Louis trusting me? She immediately clenched her fists with determination. I want to repay that trust. Earlier, Hatlong asked, why did you let Louis die like that? She couldn't answer, only stammered. That's… With determined eyes, she vowed never to let that happen again. I'll risk my life to protect him. Meanwhile, Thon Yin, though just a skeleton, still cared about his looks, refusing to let his face get sunburned. That night in Akanos, Louis's group finally arrived. Violet reminded Louis, this place isn't safe, so stay close to me. Hatlong jumped in. You know that and still brought Louis here? That's heartless. Then she started flirting with Louis again. You'll walk beside me, right? I'll protect you. He frowned. No bodyguard, it's too hot. Violette angrily said, the reason I brought him here was to restore Louis's face. Don't twist my words. Looks like Violet planned this all along. Thanks, Louis. Seeing Louis trust her like that, Violet immediately turned back and looked at Hatlong with surprise. What's with that expression? If you're so tough, come at me. After wandering the city for a while, the three found a place to rest. Louis, exhausted, rubbed his shoulder. It's already dark, so let's rest. There are 2 rooms, you two figure it out. See you tomorrow. Seeing Hatlong following her, he asked what she was doing. If there are 2 rooms, wouldn't Louis share one with me? Violet snapped angrily. Can't you leave Louis alone for a bit? Why make things so difficult? Louis, I'll go to my room so you won't be awkward. Violet wanted to enter too but was grabbed and pulled back by Hatlong. Then they started arguing, eyes blazing. I'll take care of Louis. No way he'll share a room with a demon like you. The guy could only feel helpless these days, being too handsome is such a curse. So that night, the only guy in the group got a room alone, while the 2 girls had to share. Hatlong kept joking silently. Damn it. Violet turned and said, don't swear. Swearing is bad. I'm a wicked demon anyway, swearing doesn't matter. If it weren't for you, I could already be sharing a room with Louis. As long as I'm here, that won't happen. So you mean if I'm not here, you could? Let's see if you can pull that off. After no clear winner, they decided to settle it with martial arts. One threw punches, the other kicked, neither backing down. Somehow, they ended up fighting all the way into someone else's room. The girls inside screamed, what are you two doing? They quickly apologized, but Violet suddenly realized that was Louis's room. Louis, are you okay? They rushed in to check but found no sign of him. Hatlong said Louis isn't here. He probably went for a walk somewhere. But Violet didn't buy it. Quickly, Hatlong's eyes caught the item in Violet's hand. Hey human, is that Louis's cloak and shirt? Louis wouldn't just take off his shirt and wander outside. Seems like during their fight, someone kidnapped him. In the dark, a carriage sped down a trail. Inside was Louis, still out cold. Meanwhile, the 2 girls sped up chasing behind. Hatlong asked Violet, hey, human, can you guess where that is? She looked ahead, pointing. Following Violet's direction, it was the auction house in the center of Larng. Hatlong wondered, isn't that where they sell items? Violet explained, they sell everything there. No one asks where or how the item was obtained. Even if it was stolen or robbed, it doesn't matter in this auction house. As long as they can sell it, they auction anything. Hatlong asked, so Louis could be auctioned too? Since he looks like just useless bones. Violet replied, in this unimaginable world, there are crazier and weirder people than you think. Like me, traveling with a demon like you. Just then, they suddenly sensed danger. An arrow flew at them at lightning speed. But Violet was faster, catching it with her hand. She calmly asked, who are you? In front of her were 2 men whispering, well, caught off guard? But instead of dodging, she caught the arrow. These 2 were the brothers Zongxin Hex and Cha, just my type. Huh, bro, you too? What? You too? You mean that purple-haired girl? Me? You're talking about the purple-haired girl too? Mom told us not to fight over girls. Then let's just kill her. Alright, no fighting, just kill her. We're good kids who listen to Mom. They charged yelling, I'm X, I'm Cha. Remember our names before you die. But the cool factor lasted less than 5 minutes. Violet just threw a few basic moves and sent them to meet their ancestors. Then she coldly cursed the 2 losers. Let's go. Hatlong wondered, what are you doing? Not capturing them? You're talking nonsense. I think so too. Sadauda Act Anis, outside 2 guards were standing watch. Inside, the auction manager was introducing the next item, belonging to a specialized regressor warrior. Drage's underwear was a pair of bunny shorts, but who knows how many days it had been worn, there was a slight stench. Drage only wore that single pair of shorts throughout the entire auction. This Lodi underwear held all the hardships and reasons the hero had endured. The bidders below started the auction. Finally, the MC announced, Drog's lottie shorts go to the guest who bid 25 gold. Congratulations. Next up, two people brought out a new item. Folks, thanks for waiting. The final item of the day, he said as he quickly pulled off the cloth. This is a portrait of the top beauty, Louis. Lord Louis, a guy so handsome even monsters swoon, with flawless looks, a flower-like young man. Even monsters adored him at first sight. Despite his slightly crazy personality, everyone found him captivating. But don't get too surprised yet, because whoever buys this painting today, he will also get Louis's aura set as a bonus. So the item isn't just the auction painting but comes with a gift too. Talk about a wild ride. The MC was a bit suspicious. Is this really Louis's aura? Is it for real? Yeah, that's dumb. It's just some aura I grabbed from an inn. But quickly, he smirked slyly. How can you verify it? The painting's sold, the aura's sold, and I'm doubling my profit. He started handing over the goods. This aura belongs to Lord Louis, I guarantee it. Place it at home and it'll soothe your mood. People call it healing nowadays. Though Lord Louis has passed, he'll always be before your eyes. This is a special edition, you won't find it unless it's resold. He raised a finger and declared, Special edition Lord Louis. Starting bid 100 gold. The crowd immediately bid. 300 gold, 500 gold, 600 gold, 700 gold, and a guest bid 800 gold. 800 gold is on the table. Looks like there's still another bidder. Suddenly, a masked bidder offered 1,000 gold. The auctioneer got hyped. This is the highest bid ever. If no one else steps up, I'll close the deal. But right then, the auction room door was smashed open. The old man was terrified, asking sternly, What's going on? Hack Long and Violet appeared. Where did you hide Louis? This isn't good. I am a wicked demon, so I have the right to punish you. Hey, are you listening? They quickly spotted Louis hanging on the auction floor. Violet hadn't reacted yet when Hack Long dashed forward like the wind. The auction guards immediately rushed to block them. Violet quickly joined the fight. Weapons clashed, causing a shockwave that scared the guests into scattering. People were shouting and fighting. Can you kill them? What now? Don't say that. As the dust cleared, two figures were revealed. Hack Long told Violet, They're strong, but not stronger than him. Then he noticed Violet was bleeding. You're hurt. I'll go find Louis. Be careful, Violet warned. Don't let your guard down. This is an auction house, so there are many nobles and wealthy families here. That means personal bodyguards, even A-rank powerhouses. Before the fight started, Violet said to Hack Long, You're a king, no, a heavenly dragon. If you really care about Louis, please help me protect him. Hack Long bluntly replied, Why should I help you? Violet was a bit shocked. What? Hack Long ran his hand through his hair and said, You should be helping me, Violet. I'll protect him. Then I have no choice. Fine, since we share the same goal, let's help each other. Then they charged forward, swords working in sync against the enemies. With each wave, foes fell. They cried out in fear. No way, how? How are you guys this strong? The two fought more fiercely. It was thrilling. Suddenly, the auctioneer shouted, You thieves, what do you want? He gripped his hammer, stepping forward calmly. This is interesting. He looked at Louis, the main auction item. But, if my esteemed guests get hurt because of this item, he tightened his grip on the hammer. I'd rather destroy it. Saying that, he swung the hammer and smashed Louis's aura set in front of everyone. But inside, he was secretly laughing. How's that? My acting was perfect. If I run away right now, customers will stop trusting me. But if I act like this, more clients will come after today. I already got Lord Louis's real aura, so the one from this auction house is just a fake. Only now does H. Long regain composure and call out Louis's name. The crowd quickly feels a terrifying pressure suffocating the place, making hearts race. What kind of damn cursed thing is here? This scene is too bizarre. Tears streaming, H. Long says, I promised to restore Louis's face, but I was too arrogant. Today, all of you will die here. Inside the auction room, desperate screams echo non-stop. Royal Guard Benton, aka Storm Giraffe, is so scared he can't even hold his pee. The horror before me is unreal. I'm Giraffe, the main character, born poor but I possess overwhelming power. Maybe being born poor granted me magical talent? So I studied the Magic Academy's sorcery program, and with my power, I elevated my family's status. But that power is nothing compared to the Demon Queen before me. H. Long's cold gaze says, Everyone, die. Suddenly, Violette stops her. Keep this up and the building will collapse. H. Long snaps, Can't you see? They killed Louis. But Violette stays calm. No, Louis isn't dead. What? She analyzes. Look closely at Louis's aura shards. He gained super regeneration as the Tiger Soldier, a high-level full restoration ability combined with healing magic. That means Louis is still alive. Exactly. But this building could collapse. From afar, the manager tries to sneak in. But Violette's eyes catch him instantly. I'll punish anyone who dares touch the flower in her heart. Anyone who thinks about it will be destroyed at any cost. Violette is furious. She recalls Louis and H. Long's words. You'll save me, right? Shame floods her for not living up to his trust. How could you let Louis die like that? Disappointed she couldn't protect that flower, Violette vows to unleash her rage her own way until Louis recovers. Even H. Long is shocked by Violette's vibe. So strange, clearly human. Yet she radiates darker energy than demons. I feel fear facing her. Maybe I haven't used my full power. No matter who I am, I can't guarantee victory here. Wait, why am I scared of a human? Who am I? H. Long Afros, the strongest demon king ever. I won't lose. Anyone trying to mess with H. Long gets blown away by her aura. I'll recover soon, no choice. Watch closely, Violette will save Louis right here. H. Long's body floods with demonic energy. You filthy scum, give Louis back. Violette thinks to herself. Whether in our last fight or now, she never dodges any attack except fatal ones. Is she not afraid to die? I said I'd risk everything for Louis, but do I lack her resolve? Unexpectedly, that old man is still alive, the corrupt ex-knight Wozang, organizer of the Ophira auction. Taking advantage of Violette's distraction, he charges with an axe aiming to strike her from behind. Anyone who ruins my auction pays with their life. For a moment, he thinks he succeeded, but he only hit her shadow. Still arrogant, he says, just a trivial item dares invade my turf. Then her beast orders to end him. Thanks to the Vima tribe's awareness, I can improve for Louis' sake. Suddenly, Violette senses something and quickly turns around. Somehow, H. Long has fallen into a very unstable state. She thinks, can't she control her power? If this keeps up, this place will be destroyed. With that, she grips her beast tightly, ready to act. Not sure how much time had passed, Louis suddenly jolted awake. In front of him were H. Long and Violette, both with makeshift bandages. You're awake, Louis. Did you lose your memory? He looked around, confused as hell. This is a meteor shower, but I remember being somewhere else. Just play innocent, and explain it away. I think you had a nightmare. Here, drink this, Louis. He sipped the water and asked, what's up with your faces? Did you guys just get into a fight? No, not like that. You're wrecking the image here. H. Long had to admit, Louis, I destroyed that wall. I couldn't control my magic, and the wall broke when Violette tried to restrain me. Is that so, Violette? She replied. Yeah, that's right. Then the two left Louis's room. H. Long stretched. Ugh, this is boring. Violette asked, why are you lying? You think I'd like you just because of that? You're still dangerous. H. Long put on a careless face. So what? She tossed something to Violette. Take this. Violette asked. Is this grease? H. Long didn't answer, just said, I can't live owing anyone. Though unspoken, Violette felt happy she actually cares about me. Meanwhile, in Louis's room, he slowly enjoyed a hot cup of coffee. No tongue or real lips, how the hell is he drinking that? Setting the cup down slowly, he recalled what happened. That wasn't a dream. They lied to me. Afros and Violette protected me, which is why their faces got so badly hurt. They'd go this far for me? Louis looked at his own arms, now just bones, then suddenly slapped his face hard to hype himself up. If I can get my face back, I'll do whatever it takes. He remembered what H. Long and Violette said. I'll go with you and help find your face. That's my job. I didn't force them, but I was the one who asked first. I feel guilty, but I just want my old face back. I've only been thinking about myself. Suddenly, a voice called from outside. Louis, are you in there? He opened the window and asked, Violette? Louis, there's a big problem. She worriedly explained. Afros has been losing control all night, finally couldn't hold back the power, and turned into H. Long. Where's H. Long? If we don't act fast, this whole city will burn down. He immediately jumped out, losing both hands and feet. I'm heading straight to where Afros is. He thought, Afros turned into H. Long. That's freaking awesome, right? The two quickly went searching. Violette told Louis, we're almost there. Got it. He happily thought. That's not just any dragon. It's the H. Long Demon King. Sick, right? If Afros turned into a dragon, getting my face back is just a matter of time. Afros, hang tight, I'm coming. But in reality, H. Long did transform not like he expected. She'd turned into a little dragon loli, happily playing in the sandbox at the playground. So much for riding a dragon to scare everyone. The Demon King's castle fantasy was totally shattered. A group of undead looked up in fear. No way, that person is the former Demon King, H. Long Afros. With a fierce gaze, she boldly declared, "I'm here to reclaim the Demon King throne." The undead panicked. Run! But they couldn't escape her grasp. The undead food was just H. Long's imagination while playing in the sand. Die! All of you, die! The little girl played happily, unaware that behind her, Loli raised her hand. Then she got smacked hard on the head, yelping in pain, and Louis hurriedly carried her off, leaving everyone stunned. A skeleton? Or am I seeing things? You saw it too? Yeah. To keep info from leaking, the memory wiping machine had to step in. Later, Violet came to see Loli and H. Long. The kid was bowing, apologizing to Louis. "Afros, are you awake?" "Yes, sir." H. Long kindly asked Loli after losing control. "Did I do anything wrong to you?" He replied, "Of course not. How could you do anything wrong? You're the only Loli who could humiliate me, a former demon king, for no reason." "Awesome." Feeling H. Long had learned her lesson, he let the kid stand up. "Curious," he asked, "what happened to you?" H. Long stammered, "That's..." She quietly thought maybe her body hadn't fully recovered after overusing her power. But she couldn't let him know the truth since Loli might get worried. She pretended to be calm. "I'm not really sure, I woke up like this." He said, "You're nothing like the dong I imagined. Can you change back to your original form?" "Maybe I can." Black Dragon clenched his fist confidently. "Even if I'm not what you expected, I'll protect you at all costs." Suddenly, Louis scooped the little girl up with both hands. Compared to the two of them, she was tiny. "She plans to protect me in that tiny form?" Louis said to her, "Trying to help me get my body back is fine, but take care of yourself first, okay?" Black Dragon blushed, cheeks faintly red. "Got it." He didn't forget to encourage Violet. "You too, Violet." "Yes." But seeing little Donglo lie, he couldn't help but want to cuddle her. This dragon is surprisingly soft. Violet was speechless watching this, while the little girl happily thought, "Damn, I just touched Louis's cheek." But since Black Dragon was holding her so tightly, Louis instinctively let go, cuddled her once more, then dropped the bundle like it was nothing. "Huh? That's gotta sting." By now, the girl was totally buzzed, swaying nonstop. Her gaze accidentally met Violet's, and she smiled evenly at her rival, making Violet wickedly annoyed but powerless. Then the three stepped outside, Louis relaxed, enjoying the cool breeze. "Ah, so refreshing. Feels like the chill is seeping into every pore." Suddenly he turned and asked, making the others jump, "But aren't we supposed to leave tonight? Why are you two in such a hurry?" The two stammered. Well, the situation is we can't stay in the city too long. Turns out these two are wanted with a 100 gold coin bounty." They immediately started moving fast, also to quickly help Louis regain his appearance. Exactly. Afros had already prepared everything needed. Louis was skeptical. Really? But he didn't care anymore. "Perfect. Feels like I'm one step closer to getting my face back." The two girls couldn't help but laugh at his votary reaction. Black Dragon suddenly said, "I should thank you." "What? You think I didn't notice? When I lost control of my power and almost went berserk, you stopped me. And you took care of me all night. You really think I didn't see that?" Violet replied, "Don't mention it. I just didn't want Louis to worry over something trivial. As for you, I don't care what you do, but don't cause more trouble that makes Louis stressed." Consider this a warning. Louis caught a whiff of food. "Violet smells like delicious meat here, so let's eat first, then go." Black Dragon thought, "Cold as ice with me, but warm as hell with Louis. Humans really have no manners." Quickly, the three entered a roadside eatery. They picked a table surrounded by many diners. "I'm the Demon King, and I have to deal with this mess?" Buck Bay got lost, desperately wanting to find its owner, squeezed once, then vanished. "Louis, what do you think? This hair tie is durable, super sturdy, and adjustable. Doesn't really suit me. The necklace here stores energy, unleashes a powerful burst once, then disappears after use." Shirt guy blushed, hiding his face perfectly like someone shy, occasionally showing his prime looks. He immediately threw it away. "Complex pill, no thanks." But Violet caught it. "No way, Louis. Our upcoming journey might be way tougher than you think. Weather, monsters, demons, even your own kind. This necklace will help you, let me put it on you." Though reluctant, he had to accept. "It feels so annoying." He turned to Black Dragon. "Where did you get this stuff?" "This? I just grabbed it while passing by something flashy, so I pocketed it all." He was speechless. "You can just do that?" Black Dragon wasn't ashamed and boldly declared, "I'm a wicked demon. What's wrong with taking some?" "Oh wow, listen to you." But he actually liked it. "Alright. Keep this attitude and I'll get my body back in no time. Leave it to me." Violet didn't know what to say. Oh, that aura. Hey, it's giving. Quickly, the food was devoured by the three. Full and relaxed, they all looked at ease. Done eating, let's go. Suddenly someone called from behind. Excuse me, please wait. What's up? You haven't paid yet. Louis was surprised. Pay? For what? Why should I pay? I'm already being generous eating here. At that moment, Violet started feeling restless. Everything was so natural that even I forgot Louis had never paid for his meals before. Another voice spoke up. What's going on, boss? Because the customer hasn't paid yet. Not paying? You guys ate all that food and refused to pay? That means they plan to skip out from the start. The restaurant owner said to Louis, Hey, kid standing there, it's me. In his hand was an iron club, either he was brave or reckless. But behind that face, he turned downright twisted. But if you don't have money, you'll have to pay with your body, Holy Night restaurant owner. Pay with my body? If that's the case, I'm very confident. Louis replied without hesitation. That's my specialty. At the next table, two men whispered. Is he seriously planning to pay the Holy Night with his body? This kid's nuts. The owner stepped forward. Paying with your body is your specialty? I got to admit, you're pretty confident. He placed a hand on Louis's shoulder. Let me guess, you won't be walking out of here today. But before he could finish, Violet unleashed a crushing punch to his face, sending him flying onto the rooftop. The waitress panicked. Sir, are you okay? Please wake up. The man, face distorted from the punch, quickly regained consciousness. What just happened? In that brief moment, he thought, as soon as he touched that kid's shoulder, the purple-haired girl had clenched her fist tight. Wait, if we're talking about purple hair, could that be Violet? Violet was surprised. How do you know my name? The man kindly said, I remember now. A few years ago, my family had a line of knights passed down through generations. My dream was to become the strongest man. Then one day, in a small village, I accidentally met a passerby. They didn't apologize and just walked off, which made me furious. He immediately placed his hand on the passerby's head. You have to apologize when you touch someone. What's wrong with you? You look really pissed off, huh? Or do you want me to beat you until you kneel and beg? But moments later, he was the one begging. Please spare me. No way, I actually lost to a woman. But even more unbelievable is, Louis appeared out of nowhere. Violet, did you beat him? Sorry, Louis. That man only said one sentence before the strong girl submitted. Who is he? Could he be the strongest? Back then, I, Na Mo, also wanted to be the strongest. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. First time tasting defeat. Strong people are always drawn to stronger ones. I was completely captivated by Lord Louis. This isn't love, but absolute respect. I'm ready to show my true feelings. Lord Louis, hello, it's an honor to meet you. One day, he mustered the courage to give flowers and start a conversation with Louis. My name is Holy Night. From the first time I saw you, I was very. But before he could finish, he caught Violet's sharp gaze. Confessing? That day, I couldn't express my true feelings to him. In the end, he just threw down the bouquet and ran away. Time passed until now, when he met Violet again. Thinking about something, he suddenly jolted. The person always glued to him like glue suddenly appeared here. Wait, if so, the shirtless man standing next to Violet is Lord Louis, right? He thought, why is he shirtless? Maybe because he's so handsome he's surrounded by others. If that's Lord Louis, it's very likely. Meeting the strongest man again made his heart race once more. But now I'm much weaker than before. I can't let Lord Louis see me like this. But he probably doesn't remember who I am. He slumped down in frustration. Let's just pretend nothing happened, my love. Let's go. He turned away and said, we still have to prepare lunch. Then Louis's next words stunned him. Holy Night, good to see you're safe. I've always wondered where you went since that day. Turns out you're living here? I read the letter you left in the bouquet. Your flowers are beautiful, and your cooking is skillful. Sorry for putting you in an awkward spot today, but rest assured, after I finish my work, I'll definitely come back to pay for the meal. His wife was furious. Honey, did you really let those people go? Are they crazy not to pay? Honey, are you even listening to me? But at that moment, tears of emotion fell. He still hasn't forgotten me? Then he shouted joyfully. The strongest man still remembers me to this day. Two guests at the next table kept gossiping. Man, I've lived this long, and this is the first time I've seen a knight shed tears. He even called that kid the strongest. Who is the real man behind that sleeveless shirt? Babe, people are watching. Plus, he brought along a beautiful little sis. His looks can't be average either, right? In Fregara City, inside the Adventurer exam hall, a crowd gathered. Suddenly, a childish voice shouted, Hey, you bearded guy, move out of my way. What? The uncle turned around but saw no one. Turns out it was Hatlong. Didn't I tell you to clear the way for Louis? Hatlong's angry tone just made her even cuter. Louis, what are you doing here? I'm planning to join the Adventurer exam, he said. Now we gotta make some cash. Afros and I will earn money for you, right? You and Violet just focus on making money. So how do you plan to make money? Hatlong replied. I've got a plan. I'll beat those guys up and take all their money. Afros is a demon, so it's fine. Louis broke out in a sweat hearing that don't these girls have any conscience? Then he patted their shoulders and ruffled their hair. But I'm really glad you two care about me. Still, I can't rely on you forever. Right now, we don't have a single dime for food. How could I let you guys starve? In their eyes, Louis was no longer a dried-up loser, but had returned as the ultimate handsome guy he once was. Then he went to the registration desk. I'm here to join the adventurer exam. Please move to the right. I swear I just caught a glimpse of Louis's face, must be my imagination. No way. I saw it too. Louis. I want to register too. Me too, Louis. The first round of the adventurer exam would be a physical fitness test. The crowd cheered loudly. Nice. Almost there. But Hatlong even brought glow sticks and a megaphone like an idol fan. The little sis couldn't join because the rules require contestants to be human. Go, Louis. Kill them all. It's just a fitness test. Down below, Louis didn't know how long he'd been running, only that he'd never felt this exhausted. Just kill me already. Round 1 ended. Here are the adventurer exam results. 3rd place male, 2nd place female, 1st place Violet. And last place was Louis. The crowd chuckled quietly. Out of gas, huh? But their laughter died when they heard he passed by special exemption. St. Yen started faking it, but actually, he was holding back. He aced the mental tests easily. Flashback to 1 hour earlier, a girl's excited voice introduced herself. I'm the judge for the final test. Name's Elnan, ninja judge from the Goblin clan. The crowd went wild. Elnan, no way. Compared to other judges, the pass rate with her was only half. The noise below annoyed Elnan, so she quickly punished the troublemakers. Shut up. Her cold gaze sharp, holding deadly hidden weapons. OLED thought even a tiny needle from her could pierce the ground. Elnan continued. This test is simple. Just survive my attacks until time runs out. You nodding off there? Step up. For dozing off, Louis was called up as a demo for other contestants. The test began. Elnan said, There's something on your shirt. He looked down but saw nothing. Where? Waiting for him to drop his guard, she attacked. Oh, looks like you know how to greet properly. Result? He was defeated before he could react. The contestants below immediately complained. A goblin attacking sneakily? Fight fair, Elnan replied. An adventurer can never be careless. If he falls for such a trap, he's not qualified. Next. But then she was surprised. You just dodged my attack? How? How did you dodge? My strike is so fast it's invisible. But he looked like a clueless deer. Wait, was I attacked? I didn't even feel it. Suddenly he asked something that annoyed her. Are you sure you actually hit me? Elnan snapped. You're saying my attack missed? How rude for a contestant. I'll teach you some manners. She launched hidden weapons at him. You could see Louis's huge worry. Hatlong even wanted to jump in but was held back. Elnan was panting after the attack. Now do you see? This is the power gap between us. But Louis looked totally unfazed. What gap? Elnan demanded. How can you dodge everything without even flinching? I aimed right at your pressure points. The reason her attacks caused 0 damage was actually super simple. The reason was super simple. Super simple. Super simple. Super simple. The reason was super simple. Super simple. Super simple. The reason was super simple. Super simple. Super simple. The reason was super simple. Super simple. Super simple. The reason was super simple. Super simple. Super simple. Hatlong and Violet also sensed the killing intent and immediately raised the alarm. Louis needs to be careful behind him. But Elnan's speed was too fast to dodge, and her attack instantly caused a massive explosion that shook the arena. Even the other contestants couldn't open their eyes from the dust cloud. What the hell is going on? Is she trying to kill him? Luckily, at the critical moment, Violet and Hatlong stepped in. What is she planning to do to Louis? Stop right now, Hatlong said while biting his arm, looking like she'd gone too far. Later, Elnan returned to normal and said, What did I just do? Seems like she totally forgot what happened. After Louis's test, the judges were replaced, and the other contestants continued their trials. Louis was the best. And the result? Louis ranked last in the selection. I only used part of my power. Congrats, Louis. Congrats. It's no big deal, he told the two. I'm heading out for a quest. You guys wait here. All right, Louis. After he left, someone approached to start a conversation. Young Miss Violet, so you're here. Pleasure to meet you. The man in black armor was Pentane, leader of the Paratus Guild, one of the Empire's 4 major guilds. Pentane, I want to invite you to join our guild. Suddenly, a voice interrupted. Oh man, looks like I'm a bit late. The man in red armor was Solid, leader of the Solidus Guild, another of the Empire's 4 major guilds. Solid. What do you think about joining Solidus? You guys inviting me? The two started arguing. Hey, I got here first, Solid. Actually, I came yesterday. I was here last week. No, I arrived last month. The crowd watching couldn't help but admire and envy a rookie adventurer already being recruited by two of the four major guilds. Young Miss Violet, join our guild. Do you have any unfinished wishes? Violet just said. Can you help my friend restore his body to its original state? The two were surprised. What? You mean bring back someone neither fully alive nor dead? Maybe not. They fell into thought. Half alive, half dead? I've never heard of that before. She replied, then sorry, I refuse your offer. If you can't help him get back to normal, I have no reason to join. I'll stay with the people I trust. Just then, a hand waved from the crowd. Violet, we've got a quest. Violet said goodbye to the two leaders. Then I'll take my leave. Then she and Hat Long quickly ran to join Louis. The two still didn't get it restoring a body that's neither alive nor dead. They'd never heard such a weird reason before. A newbie just joined one of the four major guilds, but lost to a guy who is this dude. He definitely has insane power. We saw it ourselves. The silver-haired girl was the leader of the Pulamp Guild, one of the Empire's four major guilds, Bunko. The man behind her was the leader of the Mythos Guild, another of the Empire's four major guilds, Mystic. Someone that strong won't show up twice in Bunko's history. Or maybe Louis has already died and come back to life. Nighttime in the Goblin Dungeon. A bunch of goblins were freaking out, like something terrifying was in front of them. Turns out, Louis's group was invading their territory to collect numbers. Soon, a huge goblin appeared. Scram, idiots. Only 3 of you and you can't handle us? Who the hell are you to trespass on my turf? His name was Wango, the Goblin King. One human and one goblin looked at each other, feeling oddly familiar. You're the real guy? Louis recalled the past when he woke up as a mist. This is the goblin I met back then. The goblin who beat me up many times before, right? Seeing Junjun, Violet asked Louis, what's up? The Goblin King thought. That damn rabbit. Hey, Frostbite, let me jog your memory about the past. But before he could finish, he got smashed in the face by Bro, sent flying straight to the front line. I lost my damn mind earlier, and now I'm back at it with you, you damn bastard. After getting revenge, Louis invited the two to drink and celebrate until late at night, and the two girls got so wasted they didn't wake up until noon. My head's killing me, feels like it's about to explode. Louis stood by the window soaking up the sun, nervously asking, what happened last night? He replied, they both got too drunk, so I had to carry them home. Sorry, really sorry, it's all good. Don't worry about it, just have some breakfast. But when the matching hat fell off, his face was covered in bruises. Both angry and worried, they quickly asked Han. Louis, what happened to your face? Who did this? Who's responsible? He thought to himself, asterisk, this sucks. How can I let everyone know the great Louis got beaten up? Don't make a big deal out of it, I just tripped on the street. Asterisk. He told them to wash up quickly and come down for breakfast. Violet still had a headache, but this injury didn't look like a simple fall. Looks like I'm about to remember everything from last night. But Han's fury was so intense he revealed his true form. Louis hid the fact he got beaten out of concern for us. Flashback to last night. They both passed out drunk. Louis's aura was blazing bright. Damn, that bald guy's shiny head was the real culprit. Seems like a gang showed up causing trouble. Beat him to death for me. It was those bastards from last night, Violet. Han's eyes burned with determination. I'll take care of those bastards for messing Louis up like this. Violette said. I told you, don't do anything that pisses Louis off. Han was furious, seeing him like that, and you still say that, Violet. But then she pulled back. Fine, I'm coming too. Han was surprised. What? Violet coldly declared. Anyone who dares hurt him deserves punishment, so they never dare again, right? That's right, Violet. Why the hell is the Paradise Guild HQ involved? A lackey came in to report. Boss, there's a visitor. But the boss said to tell them to come back later. She's really pretty. For real? Hearing that, he got interested. Tell them to come in. Those two are none other than Violette and Han. Blackhead teased, holding a crowbar. So it's you, the one who came with that scaredy cat yesterday, huh? Why come all the way here, and bring that pretty sis along? You two here for revenge? Instead of sticking with that weakling, why not pick us? We're way stronger than him. Violet didn't answer, just grabbed his hand and asked, is this the hand that hit Louis? He sheepishly said, yeah, this very hand. Holding hands. So when's the wedding? That's how it is. But just one move, and the tendon behind his arm got sliced by Violette. The whole room erupted with screams, so chilling it shook everyone. No one expected a beautiful girl like Violette to be this ruthless. She coldly declared, if you dare use your other hand to hit him, be ready. And if you plan to stomp him with your feet, don't blame me for chopping those off, you dumbasses. You dare hurt him? Blackhead angrily shouted. You bastard, what are you doing? Attack now, kill them. The gang exchanged wary glances but ultimately obeyed their boss and charged. Meanwhile, Louis was at home treating his wounds. Ouch, I told you not to hit my face. Han stormed in. Louis, we're back. He asked. Where did you two go? Han replied. We brought back something we probably shouldn't have. Han led in a blonde dude. Say hi to Louis. Gold mine? What's that about? He was curious. Who's that fat guy? The man snapped. You little punk, do you know who I am? Han's eyes turned red as he growled. You're dead meat, bastard. If you don't want to die, talk properly to Louis. The man immediately lowered his head, saying nothing more. Then Violet returned, and Han transformed into a small fox form. Hey, hurry up and eat breakfast, okay? He didn't forget to wave at the man. If you're hungry, come eat with us. The man snapped. Why would I eat with you guys? But his stomach protested quickly. Fine, I'll just try a bite. Soldiers have tables, but hunger is unstoppable. The four sat down to eat together. The man thought to himself, what kind of situation is this? Those reckless guys aren't weak, yet these two handled everything so easily. They don't seem like people who'd follow anyone. Their personalities are totally different. And yet, they've become so obedient like this. Neither money nor power can control them, so there's only one possibility left. It has to be that. Louis was having breakfast when he was caught off guard by the uncle's action. The man slammed his head on the table and introduced himself. My name is Dyruk. I used to be the lord of the Libellium territory. Used to be? I already figured it out. The beauty hidden under that bulky coat is extraordinary, right? You startled him by asking, how did you know? Dyruk continued. Someone who climbed to lordship just by instinct like me obviously could tell. He stood up and said, You're Louis, right? I quite like you. Talking about my daughter, she's a stunning beauty with a long line of suitors. So he looked straight at Louis and asked, Do you want to marry my daughter? Surprisingly, Louis didn't hesitate and replied, Sure, which shocked the two girls so much they forgot to eat. Daruk raised a finger and said, I'll marry my daughter to you, but on one condition. No conditions for marrying the Lord's daughter? Louis calmly replied, If that's the case, I take back what I said. Seeing Louis like that, Dyruk panicked. My daughter is very beautiful, seriously gorgeous. Louis stood up and said, I'm busy, no time to hear your conditions. Besides, don't all dads think their daughters are beautiful? You're refusing to marry my daughter just because you're busy? Now there's only one way left. You're looking for something, right? How do you know? Didn't I say? I became a lord thanks to my sharp instincts. I don't know exactly what you're searching for, but I can help a bit. You don't even know what I'm looking for. How can you help? If you keep vaguely searching for something lost, isn't that just a waste of time? Dyruk made an offer. Louis, help me save Libellium Castle, and if you do well, I'll give you a treasure. The next day, the group rented a carriage, and Black Dragon slept soundly the whole way. What's with this body? How can we save Libellium like this? Black Dragon showed off his claws. If you're not convinced, fight me, and you'll see. No need to worry, Violet said. Since it's Louis's decision, I'll go along. But how will you help us, uncle? If you dare trick us, be ready. Dyruk thought to himself, once a lord, now like this, it's embarrassing. But this isn't the right time. I'll explain about the treasure, so first, put that knife down. Legend says that hundreds of years ago, there was a map that helped people find what they wanted. My ancestors, after a brutal war, dreamed of peace. Thanks to that map, they discovered the Libellium territory. Even floods couldn't drown Libellium, a place bathed in gentle winds, with bountiful harvests every season. Surrounded by protective walls, easy to defend against enemies. That peaceful territory is now threatened by that guy. Louis asked, Who is this guy? Daruk replied, A man who treats lives like trash. But luckily, I found you and brought you here. Louis, I believe if you marry my daughter, you'll protect this place. I should have talked about the map from the start, so that's why you want to marry your daughter to Louis? I have no other choice. Mentioning this always angers the two girls. Maybe this territory means nothing to you, but to me, Libellium must be protected at all costs, to the point of marrying off my daughter to a stranger. Louis reassured him. Don't worry, sir. As long as I find what I want, I'm willing to do anything, so don't forget your promise. Got it. Then let's be serious about it. Very soon, they arrived at Libellium town. The first thing they did was enjoy the local cuisine, each holding a skewer of grilled meat, eating as they walked. Louis asked, How is it? Delicious. Get a few more. All right. Oh, that one looks good too. Let's get it. Dyruk, standing behind, looked a bit helpless. I told you to be serious. But you're holding 6 skewers, old man. Louis, let's go. On the way, he overheard people talking. No matter how pretty the young miss is, she doesn't need to do all this ice work, right? You don't get it. She shines. Even this festival was organized by the prince to propose. A prince throwing such a grand festival just to marry a young miss from a small territory? Looks like the future here is bright. Not really. Our young miss is extremely picky. Countless guys have come to propose, but all got rejected for not being handsome enough. This prince is tall and dashing though. Wonder how this will turn out. Hope it goes smoothly. He asked Dio Root. Your daughter can't be anything like you, right? Hey, I used to be handsome too. Just then, someone bumped into Dio Root, making him fall to the ground. He stepped forward to help him up, asking, You okay, sir? The man replied, Yeah, I'm fine. On the other side, a purple-haired man was also helped up by a servant. Prince, are you all right? He asked. Let go. So annoying. This guy is the prince of the UGLIEST kingdom, people around whispered. Judging by that reaction, he must have been rejected by the young miss. Yeah, anyone rejected acts like that. The prince thought to himself, all my life I've only heard compliments about my looks. Now I'm called ugly and rejected? Then he grabbed Rook's collar, snarling, Hey, you want to die? How dare you block the prince's path? Suddenly, an arm stopped him. If you bump into someone, at least apologize. Ugly. 2 guards angrily drew their swords. The speaker continued, Touch the prince and you're dead. Adults these days are crazy, but Violet and H-Long were faster, putting their weapons away. Meanwhile, the prince was boiling with rage, getting called ugly twice in one day? That's humiliating. I've never been this pissed off before, he shouted, drawing his sword with a wild look. Kill them all for me. But before he could do anything, someone kicked him right in the face. The 2 guards rushed over worriedly. Oh no, Prince. A clear female voice rang out. I get that everyone's upset about being rejected, but what are you doing to my father? This white-haired girl was the young miss of the Labelli territory, Monsieur Segeli. Hearing this, the crowd buzzed. If that's her father, isn't he the lord who went missing? The prince suddenly realized his mistake. Wait, father-in-law? Father-in-law? The young miss's voice was full of anger. Still don't get it? You're mad because I rejected you, so you grabbed my dad's collar and threatened to kill him? Segeli, it's just a misunderstanding. I didn't know he was your father. Really? You think my dad would just let that slide? Segeli bent down and said quietly to him, For your dignity, let's end this here. Don't cause more trouble. Go back to your kingdom, Sibelong, at the Labelli castle. Segeli was happy to see her father again. What's this about helping? Is your health okay? I've been through a lot, almost didn't recognize you. Helping? What happened all this time? I can't tell you yet. When the time's right, I'll explain. You understand. Segeli, there's someone I want you to meet. His name's Louis. A guy I admit is a total heartthrob. And almost your husband. Ah. Everyone, sit down and talk. Husband? Don't worry. Louis already said no. Who does he think he is to say no? Don't be sad. He hadn't even seen you then. Your dad approved and even proposed. It's hot today, and you know I only care about looks. If your dad agreed, you wouldn't even be alive to meet me. Could he be the ideal guy I've dreamed of? The Lord suddenly asked. Louis, now that you've met my daughter, do you regret rejecting the marriage, son? Seeing Louis silent made her tense up. But he just said, Not my type. She looks too much like you. The 2 guys behind him were thrilled like they'd hit the jackpot. The young miss was furious. So that's what a blunt rejection feels like? He planned this. Is that Louis? Smart guy. Don't think I don't know you're faking a rejection to avoid getting dumped. If you want attention, smile big. Maybe if you were really handsome, I'd say yes. Louis just found her annoying. Do you understand human language? I'm not interested in you, so stop bothering me. Calling my dad uncle and talking back, claiming to be a lord's daughter, what a rude brat. They grabbed him and stripped him naked. Let's see how handsome he really is. The soldiers attacked immediately, but seconds later, they all had their heads against the wall. Sorry, but Louis' skin can't be stripped. That's right. The young miss thought. The best guards in the territory were taken down in one hit. Who the hell are those guys? Her father shouted angrily. Segeli, what are you doing? Stop this right now. Boss, you treat my guest that roughly? I'm really disappointed in you. Segeli, sir, he turned to Louis. On behalf of Segeli, I apologize to you. It's all good. Segeli, you've troubled everyone enough. Go back to your room. Yes, sir. Before leaving, Deco reminded him. Boss, the Lord will return in a few days. Thank heavens you returned safely. Seeing him holding his face, he asked, Sir, are you okay? Of course, I'm fine. He stood up so fast his robe came undone. Louis, I have a place to visit before the Lord returns. Meanwhile, he asked, Want to take a tour around the manor? Of course, Louis didn't mind and agreed. Sure. The next day, Louis felt relaxed. The weather was perfect, his mood was great, and the grilled meat tasted fire. But why does it feel like I'm being shadowed? Young Miss was pissed. Who told you to shadow me? I mean, why do you keep following me? Aren't you the young miss? Got nothing better to do? She stammered, unsure what to say. Girl, that. She wondered silently. Could he be the ideal type she's dreamed of? Louis, I think you might be dangerous. He was losing patience. Young master, do whatever you want, but keep some distance. What's this? You really see me as your shadow? She was about to argue when she suddenly tripped over a rock and fell onto him by reflex. In her head, she pictured the hero saving the beauty scene from romance stories, but he threw her like a sack of bricks, making the young miss faceplant. I told you to stay away. I almost got hurt because of you, damn it. She angrily turned to Checkmok. Is that how you treat someone who just fell? He wiped her wound with a cloth. So don't follow me anymore. So clumsy, like a kid. Here, take this, but seriously, stop tailing me. Young master, the food's gone cold. Young miss, are you okay? The soldier asked, but she didn't care at all. All the men around her had always been fake, just showing off their looks. But him, though rude, he's genuinely sincere. You eat that much? I'm getting more curious about him every day. And so the young miss became his shadow. Hurry and chase after them. The onlookers were furious. Who's that off-shoulder guy? How dare he treat our young miss so roughly? Why is the young miss following a guy like that? Suddenly someone spoke up. I get it now. The other two snapped, startled. What's going on? Are these idiots still clueless? Our young miss only cares about looks. Wait, hold on. So that means... Exactly. That off-shoulder guy has to be a ridiculously handsome dude. That night everyone went back to their rooms to rest. Meanwhile, the young miss was stubbornly lying in bed, spent all day chasing him, yet he never once smiled. Off-shoulder shirt, huh? Is he really that handsome? She asked the maid if they'd investigated Louis yet. Yes, lots of rumors about Louis are spreading. He's the off-shoulder guy, not just handsome, so the rumors must be true, right? More like a stunningly gorgeous guy. Really a stunningly gorgeous guy? She looked doubtful. Thinking back, wherever he went, people followed. Everyone started noticing Louis. Rumors about young Miss Sagelli chasing a guy were spreading everywhere. Heard he's super handsome, right? Just because of looks, the rumors reached me, young miss. Her heart suddenly raced, her face flushed red. Is he really a stunningly gorgeous guy? Meanwhile, the guy without ears scratched like it was real. Did someone just mention me? Why do my ears suddenly itch? Next day at the market, Louis shouted in panic. Only one left, huh? Sorry. This is the last one, he angrily told the shop owner. Someone reserved it already? We came early this morning. How could it be sold out? The shop owner looked away anyway. Over here, H. Long was rubbing his full belly. You guys ate quite a bit, not sure why, but lately. Kuka cheese hasn't been seen around anymore. Suddenly he said, let us catch them, making the owner shudder. You done with life? Usually, kuka cheese are hunted with traps because they're aggressive and can spray poison gas, super dangerous. Just be patient a little longer. If lucky, maybe we'll run into them tomorrow? Then the owner handed him the last skewer. But he still wouldn't give up. You saying that just makes us more eager to hunt them down. That kuka cheese skewer must be fire. So, ignoring warnings, he was determined to set out. Let's go, everyone. The escort behind asked the young miss, what should we do? Obviously, chase after them. At night, the group followed Louis into the forest. Where the hell is kuka cheese? We've been walking forever and still no sign of anything? Louis said, looks like we've gone pretty far, and it's all for nothing. Can we head back to the manor now? The sun was about to set, said Ha Bang, captain of the Libellum Night Squad. The young miss is here too, and nightfall is dangerous. Let's turn back. I don't want to. He waved his hand. If you came along, don't block my way. If you don't want to, go back first. The young miss told Ha Bang, I'm fine. Suddenly, he drew his sword without a word and sliced through a tree in the forest with one swing. His voice was cold and unmoving. So you really noticed, huh? I wouldn't have acted if I knew. Louis thought, noticed what? He barely saw anything. I've heard you guys are strong. While I was away, you took down my subordinates, right? This time, I'll let it slide as a knight, Ha Bang. But from now on, stay out of the young miss's way, or you'll die by my hand. Before he finished, two of Louis's guards restrained him. One grabbed his head and hair, the other pressed a spear to his neck. Without a sound, when did they get behind him? Violet replied coldly. I was going to let it slide, but you're testing my limits, aren't you? Marry my daughter, the Lord suddenly proposed, giving his daughter to him. Guards, catch that guy and strip him. The young miss wants to kill and strip him too. Then she grabbed his chin hard and pointed her sword at Louis's neck. If it weren't for the flower, you'd all be dead by now. With that, Hatlong kicked him, sending him crashing to the ground. Violet gave a final warning. The young miss must not mistreat Louis. So just watch, and don't get in our way anymore. Her gaze turned colder than ever. This wasn't a request, it was a warning. Even the young miss felt fear facing that look. Then they returned to Louis. You okay? But the man still wouldn't let it go. Young miss. Give the order. She didn't get it. Order? Disrespecting the young miss is disrespecting all of Libe Lim. Though hesitant, he was ready to fight to protect the young miss's honor, as long as he got the order. I'll fight to the death. But the young miss cut him off coldly. Her eyes stopped watering. If you say death one more time, you'll die by my hand. Seeing this, he seemed to realize his mistake, and bowed in apology. I won't do that again, young miss. Meanwhile, the three were chatting. Louis, you good? Fine, but if I'm in danger, you better save me. I trust Louis's skills. Hatlong replied bluntly. Though he looked like a useless cloud, he had some serious regeneration. Louis felt salty hearing that. Should he just punch her? Nah, he'd probably lose. Alright, hurry up and find those kukachis. Suddenly, a strange noise startled everyone. What's that? An earthquake? Louis, over there. The guards immediately formed up, ready to fight. Protect the young miss. Violet grabbed her spear. Too late. From the forest, countless terrified beasts were fleeing. Then a giant gorilla appeared. Hatlong pointed at it. Louis, that gorilla looks weird. Take a closer look. It's crying. Suddenly, something attacked from behind and killed the gorilla. The two signaled Louis to fall back. Louis, found it. The thing we've been feasting on all this time. Before them was a creature like a giant chicken but ferocious. So this is what kuka cheese looks like. A soldier suddenly noticed something. Wait. Hold on. What's that? Clearly a grown kuka cheese. I heard they live alone. Now they live in packs. No sooner had he said that, more kuka cheese appeared from the forest. Protect the princess. They're all grown up. Time to gang up on the giant chicken. Princess, don't come here. Captain, we've taken down the kuka cheese. Princess, you can relax now. They really have grown up. Ha Bang clenched his fists. Fall back. You see this? This is the power of a Libe Lim Knight. But then he noticed Violet and Hatlong had already wiped out the whole pack. Alright, if they're all down, let's go. He sighed helplessly. Princess, they're definitely monsters. Only Ha Bang didn't realize it yet. Let's head back. But at that moment, one chicken woke up and sprayed poison at the group. The princess quickly started struggling to breathe. Too much. I can't see a thing. The man shouted, Princess, hold your breath. But it was too late. I've already inhaled. Just as she was about to collapse, a hand grabbed her and helped pinch her nose. You okay? It was Louis. He pointed at the monster and yelled, Hey, you chicken brain. Sneaking up from behind? That's low. But maybe you picked the wrong target. This girl's useless, just a weak, annoying burden. Calls herself a princess but can't do anything but be a pain. Hey, cut it out. Even monsters should know right from wrong. Who gave you permission to cause chaos? You only think about yourself, huh? Those words accidentally reminded it of when it criticized its ex's hands. You always only think about yourself, don't you? It shouted angrily. What do you even know about people? You humans will never understand my love. But even with my last bit of strength, it still fell. Princess, are you okay today? It used up its last bit of strength? My fault. Ha Bang thought silently. Louis, how did you know Kukach's had reached its limit? To control someone that strong, this has to be obvious. How much strength did he drain? At that moment, the princess suddenly asked, Louis, what do you want? Charging headfirst into poison to save me must have a reason. Right. Why am I totally fine? Probably because I'm just a skeleton. Now, spit it out, I'll grant you one wish. But his next words made the princess turn pale. She really was a rude princess, huh? What? If you were saved, you should say thanks. Who asks for a wish like that? Listen carefully, rude princess. From now on, don't follow me around anymore. That's my wish. Then he ignored her and left with his loot. From afar, she shouted angrily. Who even wants to follow you, huh? Is he seriously crazy? Ha Bang, do you think I care about Louis? I'm a legendary noble, only interested in the handsome young master. That night, everyone enjoyed a massive roasted chicken. Watching the uncle eat like a boss, everyone said, Stop chomping so loud, you're ruining the taste. Why do you think you're the only one here? He immediately pointed at Louis. He's even worse. Me? But for you guys, it's just that Louis eats like a champ. That's some serious bias. He asked the uncle, Where have you been to be this hungry? It's not that I don't want to eat, I just can't. Suddenly, the uncle said to Louis, Thanks. You know why? Because you made everyone so happy. And thanks for saving my legendary noble daughter's life. He stepped aside. If you want to say thanks, then give me the map. The uncle was stunned. I only promise to give it if you save the people. He blocked him and turned away. Not easy to fool, huh? Louis, let me be clear about the map. Hey, eat less or your stomach will explode. Louis, eat this. Talking too much is just wasting breath. Meanwhile, elsewhere, a scar-faced young man reported, My lord, it has been brought back. The man called Lord smiled sinisterly. Good, let's go. That's it for the Liberlim arc. Thanks for watching. See you next time.